talk about nature, I can see in your work there is a lot about that. Meaning, if I understand correctly, that in a way you are inspired by nature, but in a way you like to interfere with the natural process and have something human come in the natural process that can be controlled by you. Is that your idea?
Yes, because and that's where I see this element of art where there is a human intervention in it. Because when I walk into nature, I sense greatness and emotions fill you, but they are never the same as the artifacts of human ambition, of human activity. Where you walk into the gallery space or you see a building, I see that it's a testament to the humanity. Nature will take over when we cease to exist, and these artifacts that we make fall apart. So there's a sense of longevity in the nature. So when I stand on the top of a mountain, it just feels like it's never going to change. There's no sadness to the nature. It fills me with greatness, but when you look at the works of art, somehow in the back of your mind you see that incredible effort that was put into making all this one day will not be. And it's almost like this myth of Sisyphus. I mean, we know, and we still do it, but this is the beautiful thing about it. There is the time factor. So for me, yes, intervention in the natural process, because that's what makes it work. So that's what makes it work of art.
So I can see in artifacts that you do, because I cannot really tell that the product that you do are designed.
Yeah, but I also work for big companies. I choose to show more experimental pieces. I also work for...
It's always important to mention this side of
I work for fashion brands and for industrial producers, but I do that because I like industrial design as a way of exploring production methods, and actually it's for me more an inspiration to do things that I do that interest me more, which is these sculptural interventions that I showed you.
Yeah, so I would say that for you, and for I think every designer or artist, you want to transmit a message through your work. What is the message that you want to transmit, to show?
There is a main one.
Or maybe more than one.
I don't think there is a message. The point is, and this is the thing, I don't believe that works of art should have a message, a very direct message. It should be an intuitive moment when you're confronted with something that is beyond cultural or some kind of symbolic things, because these things come and go. I mean, it's like fashion, it's language. But every now and then some artists create artworks that cease to have these limitations, and you know for sure that in 200 years people are confronted with this piece and they still feel something. It's the same like classical music.
But a feeling is a message also. It's something that...
Yes. I want to involve some kind of... my message is that art is a form of salvation, and that's what I miss a lot. I studied industrial design because I was irritated by contemporary art, because I started studying it and all of my classmates were pissing in the corner, throwing something in the middle of the floor, and I appreciate very much the effort when you put in an artwork. It's not only the concept, it's also the way you can translate that concept into a transmittable energy. And if someone irritates me or does something effortless without Federer plays like it's effortless, but you see it's years of training. And that's what I would like to see in an artwork, even if it's effortless, seemingly, that there is an incredible skill that I say, I cannot do this. That's my message. And also, when I said art is a salvation, because when I walk into a gallery space or I see a building, I want to leave with that sensation that when I feel shit, I can always remember that this piece I've seen takes me away from the everyday and makes me think, well, either cry or make me smile. And I think that's what always art was, some kind of a emotional filtration. I never believed art was necessarily political, which is very much a fashion today.
Yeah, it's strange that you're telling me that when you said that you are in a way against the conceptual work, because...
No, I'm not against conceptual work. The way it's translated.
The way it's translated.
Yes.
Can you explain a little bit more about that?
Yeah.
It's interesting, I think.
The conceptual part is almost like a seed. It's almost like just an idea. We all have ideas. And I think everybody's gifted. But what makes a difference is the people who actually make those ideas happen. And when you talk about ideas, that's always the ideas that have been executed. Because many people had the same ideas all over the world, but the ideas that came across and I remembered are the ones somebody does something with. And it's also in the works of art, when it's just an idea, it's not good enough for me. I very much like to see what you do with that idea. I don't like these effortless propositions. I would like the art to be more like a chess game. You know you're a step further. You're like four moves ahead of me, instead of very kind of one line, government is not good, let's make a mocking piece about the government. I would like to walk away with something more in my hand than just that message, which I already know. I mean, I also read newspaper, I watch TV. I don't need someone to tell me that through something on the floor or something on the wall.
Well, formally, your work is very much aesthetic in a way, I think. So, how important do you think beauty in your work and in the world is, in order, as you said, to give emotions in a way? I would say try to interfere with the inner part of the viewer or the user. But
well, I think beauty is very important. It's not crucial in the artwork, but if it's there, it makes it several-fold better. We have to not forget that beauty is just, it's such a part of our lives. And it would be good to reintroduce it into the making of artwork. Not that it's the main goal, but if it's an idea, it should be proposed in a way that it lures the audience in. It should be an aesthetical proposition, which may not, at first, seem beautiful per se by the contemporary fashion, because that may be also sometimes a problem if you set beauty as part of your efforts. You always end up pleasing people and you follow what people immediately respond to. It's almost like advertising. But that's what I said about being a couple steps ahead. Artists, designers, in whatever they do, that they should be aware of the psychology of forms and colors and shapes and their historical meanings and always push it. But in order to make something beautiful, that they feel it's beautiful by itself. But I mean, you read this book, The Abuse of Beauty by Arthur Danto, and I mean, even he doesn't know what beauty is. And this is this strange phenomena that everybody longs for it. And you see this great figure, Artandanto, longing for beauty, a return of beauty to the art, but not as a main thing, but just we miss it, you know. That's all we say.